Let's start with the first breath, your first breath, the foundation of all of the pranayama techniques. Your earliest breath, cellular respiration. It's important yogically to begin with cellular respiration, because otherwise we might use the techniques that we learn, the pranayama techniques as we learn them, we might use them to force breath into the body, right? Only because we think that's the way it works. We inhale and we draw the breath in, right? Well, what if, just what if the cells themselves are calling for the breath? So we create a more receptive quality in the body with breath, right? We're not pushing it. We're waiting for it. We need it. We desire it. And we call it into us. Not just about lungs, not just even about belly or something, but really about every cell. So how do we know this breath? Well, we know it very intimately because this was our first breath. We lived for a full 9 months, most of us, in the womb without breathing through our lungs, but the movement of the breath, the prana, the life force, the oxygen, all of it in through our body, coming in and seeping into and out of the cells and processing without ever using our lungs. So this is our first breath. We know it, but we need to remember it, right? We need to be able to feel it again as the foundation for full breathing. All right. So how do we do this? Well, let's understand the nature of a cell first. The cells are within us, of course, and there are billions of them within us right now. And cells are bilaminar. Is that what they call it? Bimembrane, two membranes. There's an inner membrane and an outer membrane to each cell. And between these two membranes, there's a fluid sheath where information from inside of the cell can come into and between the membranes and then out into the environment, relationality, and then the environment offers, the cell draws, the environment offers, and the cell says, oh yeah, we want that. And it can take in to this transitional field between the membranes and then right into the cell. Each cell is very, very busy in there. You've got an entire world of activity going on, driven by the intelligence of each individual cell, right? So we can easily, in terms of our yogic systems of microcosm of the universe, macrocosm universe, well, a microcosm of our body is this cellular world, right? And we can say then, well, desire, I want things. The universe manifests from the desire to create, right? And I manifest from my desire to live, and the cells manifest from their desire to live. And we're all moving at all of these levels, right? So cellular awareness, cellular movement, cellular breathing is part of this desirous, expanding and condensing, yielding growth and movement that is evident at all layers of life. So, can we feel it? We can, because it's happening in there, and perhaps no one ever told you, oh, certainly you can feel the cellular respiration. If our caregivers had said, look, honey, feel the cellular respiration, very likely we would have said, yeah, wow. We haven't attended to it, perhaps. Some of us have. Perhaps we haven't attended to it. So let's attend to it. This is the place of ease in the breath. This is the place of zero effort, right? This is what we need in order to then build these techniques that are so wonderful, of these big pranayama techniques and all of that, based on this ease, internal ease. All right? So let's look at cellular respiration. Let's explore this together. Sit or even recline comfortably so that you can just feel yourself. Right? Your skin, your body's skin is something like the membrane of a cell. So feel your body's skin. Maybe you touch, probably you'll want to touch to feel it. And as you touch, you're touching the outer layer of your skin, which is quite busy relating to the environment. You've got your clothes on, you've got the you're in the air, it's cold, it's warm, you get in the water, all those things relating to if you're the inside of this cell, relating to your environment, and the inner membrane, the inside of the skin, which faces the inner world, feels that. Touch somewhere. And as you touch, feel the touch of your hands on your body. And feel the touch of your body onto your hands. Now you can leave your hands where they are, or you can move them somewhere else. I'm taking mine down to my legs now. Your belly is a good spot. And again, feeling this touch. And imagining that my skin is the membrane of a single cell. And knowing and feeling for the liquidity of my skin, the lipid nature, the little bit of fatty nature of skin, and knowing that, and every cell also has this lipid nature wrapping it. It's fluid. It moves. It moves in relationship to the environment of the other cells. You, your big cell, move in relationship to your environment. Within, the same thing is happening. It's very liquid in there. A lot of the cellular movement reminds us, because it is so watery, reminds us of the movement of water sliding on one another, gliding, and then going into this huge inner world of cellular liveliness or cellular respiration. you may find that visiting this place of cellular respiration comes quite easily and naturally with a kind of a slow, pausing, almost exhaling breath where you're looking carefully. You're looking, you're feeling, and the breath stills. It stills, and yet within the stillness, the activity. The containment of an individual cell. Its slight waving movement. Now, place your hands on some place that your body is a little bit thick. Don't be on the bony area, but maybe on the nice meatiness of your thighs or the tissues of your belly. Someplace that is restful and you can touch. Allow your awareness to penetrate very deeply into that place where you touch. Do you notice that there is movement there? Not just the movement of perhaps your breath coming in and out of lungs, but the movement of the fluids. You've got blood in there, it's moving, lymph, nervous system's doing stuff, right? There's a lot of movement inside of your body. Touch it. Body touching body, skin to skin, membrane to membrane, and the rippling and the sliding and the gliding. Maybe now feeling again the whole body as one single cell. And waiting for, rather than directing breath, waiting for the life force, the prana, the breath, to enter the body in a rippling, holistic way. It may not go everywhere at once. It may slide and move around through you. It may get right under your hands. Maybe you feel it in the skin of your face, your heart. This is a practice. The practice is to inquire. Perhaps at first it's imagine, and then notice what is happening. Notice something's moving. And then feel. We take the clarity of inquiry, the direction to feel. And as we get in there, we surrender to the feeling and allow. The tissues underneath your hands call for the breath. The breath flows in effortlessly. The tissues underneath your whole body, skin, calling for the breath. It ripples through you. No need to specify a technique. We're looking at the foundation of breath itself, the cellular respiration.